light! Let there be light. Hey, what's up you guys, it's Ashley, and on Wednesday, October 1st, Criminal Minds, the new season premiered on CBS, and oh my god, it was amazing. I literally was so creeped out, but then entertained at the same time. The episode was freaking amazing. Well, this week on Criminal Minds, the BAU traveled to Bakersfield, California, where they're trying to hunt down a psychopath who likes to cut off people's limbs and have sexual fantasies with them. So already in the opening, the creepiness reached to about a 10 already, and it was literally just like the maybe 5 minutes of the show. Now throughout the episode, we're introduced to this character. His name is Frank Cowles, I believe, and he was played by Dawson's Creek Smith. Really creepy dude. At first you think he's really nice. He's talking to his son, they're having a father-son moment, and then when his son leaves, cue the creepy music. You see him go into this garage, and he opens this trunk, and you see a freaking leg. Not a live leg, thankfully, but it was a dead leg. Then after that, it gets even weirder, if that was even possible. Remember how I said that Criminal Minds started at a 10? Well, Smith took it to like 1,000. His character took the leg and started caressing it lovingly as if he was stroking his wife's leg. That was just... So this should be a sure sign that he's the unsub. Oh, but wait, no, he's not. He's not the unsub? What do you mean he's not the unsub? My thoughts? Exactly. So not only is the BAU confused, now I'm confused. I thought he was the unsub because it's just too creepy not to be. He's just some creepy guy that just winded buying the leg off the internet so we can have sexual fantasies about it. Now the BAU has to look for another unsub, and during this time you see the actual unsub taking a woman and strapping her down, and let's just say she says bye-bye to one of her limbs. So the BAU is trying to find the killer, of course, and I'm liking Callahan because her relationship with Garcia, I think they finally paired her with someone who's a little more on the playful side other than Morgan, because of course I love Morgan Garcia. They're baby girl and all that stuff. I love that. It's like the comic relief for the whole show, but I think Kate Callahan is also gonna be sort of the comic side of that show too, which I'm really happy for. After the profile's done and they finally think that they caught their guy, they're on the way to the location where the girl's being held. While this is all happening, she is sort of she's playing into his fantasy and she's coercing him to take her outside. Now while he's helping her, she grabs the knife, but he stops her, and then she headbutts him. Now here's where I get pissed off. This idiotic girl who had the machete in her hand, she runs but doesn't take it. See that right there? That made no type of sense. How are you gonna run and have him chase after you without taking the machete? You had your hand on it. Well, your one hand that was working. You had it on the freaking thing and you don't take it? This is why. This is why. Well, luckily, she runs out in the middle of the road and the BAU just happened to be there and she gets rescued. Meanwhile, Reed was not there. JJ, Kate Callahan, Rossi, and Hotchner, they go chase after the unsub where they're going around this big farm. Cut to Jennifer Love Hewitt's character. She's in the barn, she has a gun and vest ready, and behind her, the unsub takes the machete and slices her arm and she falls. And he's about to kill her, but when Hotch saves her, of course. So that's that. Everybody's on the plane home, and unsub supposedly caught. And then in comes the traditional Criminal Minds quote that is said by JJ, and it's... I might down my computer for this. Just because everything is different doesn't mean anything has changed. Irene Peter. I thought was a great quote considering that it's season 10 and it does make sense, but then the episode takes a complete turn. Just when you think it's over, cut to a woman. She's jogging and she's minding her own business when a car comes behind her, and you, as if you know something's about to happen. This old lady asks for his direction, and then all of a sudden someone comes behind the jogger and puts her in a van and drives off. I'm like, what the hell just happened? Then it cuts to various people, men and I think a woman, I think, they cut to many different shots of people on the internet looking up women, and it says sold, 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 and then a web opens where they could bid. And then that's the end of the episode. What the hell? I think this is a sure sign that Erica Messer has just created a long-term villain for this season. Just like back in season 8 with the Replicator, I think they're doing this but with a different approach. I would give this episode an 8 out of 10 stars because I felt like there was not a lot of profiling in this episode as past episodes were. So I hope that they do a lot more profile. I understood why, because since it was the first episode, they wanted to get into the story of Miss Callahan joining the BAU, so I sort of understand how they had to condense a little bit of the profiling to fit the whole 42 minutes. Kate was hugging this girl who, Kate's too young to have a daughter that age. So it's either her sister or something, you don't really know. So I'm curious to learn her story throughout the course of the season. But so far, I think it's going pretty well. Listen, you guys, thank you for watching my recap on Criminal Minds episode 1 of season 10 entitled X. I'll be back next week for episode 2, Burn, which I'm really excited for. If you haven't seen the promo, I'll link it after this video. And yeah, I'm really excited. If you want to see this week's episode, it's going to be on CBS.com, and you can also get the app on iPhones and Androids and all that stuff, so if you want to catch up and see what I was talking about in this video. Well, I love you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video.